Welcome to the Cisco Security Architecture Specialization Training Series. The purpose of this training is to provide an overview of IoT security, how Cisco thinks about addressing IoT security concerns for customers, and the solutions we offer to address customer needs. Let's take a look at where this module falls in the training progression. This is a module for account managers and system engineers. Before beginning this module, please make sure that you have completed the previous modules, which provide foundational information. At the end of this module, you should be able to demonstrate knowledge of the growing importance of IoT security. Additionally, you will be able to articulate the 4 key IoT security use cases Cisco addresses for customers, and how the Cisco Security Solution Portfolio helps them secure their IoT network. Let's begin the module. Over the past few years, the Internet of Things, or IoT, has grown immensely. The number of IoT devices is projected to reach 22 billion by 2022. IoT has created a shift for businesses in every industry, but especially those specializing in home, healthcare, electric utilities, and manufacturing. Today, accounting for IoT plays an important role in the business decisions of companies worldwide. Worldwide spending on IoT solutions is expected to hit $1.2 trillion by 2022. 61% of business leaders believe that they have just scratched the surface of what IoT can do for their businesses. 72% of businesses say their digital transformation efforts would be impossible without IoT technology. A whopping 92% of business leaders believe that IoT will have a positive business impact within the next 3 years. And finally, 95% of businesses are already seeing a return on their IoT investments. But what does all of this mean to you as a Cisco seller? Sellers have a unique opportunity to stake a claim in the new universe of IoT security. Selling Cisco's IoT security solutions will enable you to tap into a growing market and gain experience in selling solutions for technology that has begun to play a critical role in business. IoT is moving fast, and we need to keep up with the market to capitalize on this opportunity and provide the assets our customers need. Another unique opportunity that IoT security provides is to help customers expand, upgrade, and better protect their IoT networks and devices. IoT security is not a short-term investment. Security solutions will continue to evolve as the number of connected devices increases. We can become a lifelong partner for companies looking to invest in this area. IoT security sales cycles are often long and complex because they require months of network observation and IT shadowing to determine which Cisco solutions would work best for a specific customer. Sales like these are a great way to build trust and rapport with our customers, and that type of relationship building over long cycle sales is what turns them into lifelong customers. Let's take a moment to talk about what makes securing IoT so vital for our customers. For our customers, capitalizing on the benefits of IoT is only truly possible if their devices and networks are secure. There are several types of issues that make IoT networks particularly vulnerable, and customers must guard against them all. First, customers need to prevent misconfigurations. Human error is common in IoT networks without proper safeguards installed. Most network or equipment issues are often the result of a small typo upstream that could have been easily prevented. Next, equipment needs to stay as up-to-date as possible. Outdated equipment is more prone to errors that could have been addressed with a simple software update. Malfunctions in IoT networks also need to be quickly remediated to prevent downstream impacts. Because of the level of connectivity between assets, a small misfunction at one endpoint can throw an entire network out of alignment and cause more serious malfunctions in other areas. Lastly, although the vast majority of attacks aren't perpetrated by bad actors, networks still need to block these types of threats. A network hack can cost companies a fortune, both in money and reputation. Bad actors access the network in many forms, such as malware, botnets, and worms. At Cisco, our goal is to help our customers control potentially problematic activities and achieve a more resilient environment. However, creating a secure IoT environment is easier said than done, given the complexity and layers associated with IoT deployments across the average industrial stack. First, there is the Internet and cloud layer, which includes things like cloud apps, mobile devices, and endpoints. Then comes the corporate IT layer. This layer includes assets such as the data center, campus and branch locations, as well as the corporate WAN. Next is the control layer, which is usually the piece that operates on, as well as separates, both the information technology, or IT, and the operational technology, or OT, environments. The control layer is made up of assets like remote terminal units, or RTUs, workstations, logic controllers, and data historians. RTUs are used in remote locations to monitor field parameters and transmit data to the central station. These often overlap with logic controllers in terms of their capability and function. Workstations serve to collect information on industrial assets and present that information for supervisory purposes. Workstations are usually read-only. Logic controllers are a bit different. They are specialized computers that don't run on commercial operating systems and automate control functions for industrial networks. Lastly, data historians are exactly what they sound like. They are software that collects information from industrial devices for storage in a database. Finally, we have the Things category. This can be looked at as a catch-all category for anything that connects to the IoT network. This might include industrial equipment, like a factory robot arm, or another asset, like a company printer. It could also be a human-machine interface, or HMI, or an intelligent electronic device, or IED. HMIs are usually modern control software running on an operating system like Windows. IEDs are devices that are equipped with small microprocessors and can communicate digitally. These could be things like sensors, circuit breakers, or pumps. All of these layers make securing IoT difficult, but the complexity doesn't end there. IoT security is further complicated by the nature of IoT devices. They often speak different languages, have differing levels of security and protocols, and all access the network differently. Customers need a clear view of what is happening on their network, and IoT devices can make that very difficult. Let's talk through some examples of how IoT devices can be extremely complex. Devices are designed to be installed easily, meaning insecure communication protocols are often used. Different parts of the IoT network have varying levels of access and security. Many IoT devices are not tested extensively before going to market, making them more prone to bugs and vulnerable to human errors. IoT devices are often deployed in uncontrolled environments. Software and firmware for IoT devices are often out of date, and many manufacturers do not provide continuous update support. IoT devices generally have limited capacity and computing capabilities, making it a challenge to add comprehensive security measures. The number of access points is growing exponentially, making it difficult to identify network vulnerabilities and creating more opportunity for human error. IoT devices tend to have weak passwords that cannot be changed. If an implemented solution is obviously exposed or out of date, the IT team is often locked out of updates because it breaks the device's service-oriented architecture, or SOA. For all these reasons and many more, the complexity of IoT devices makes securing them difficult. There are also some competing priorities that businesses must balance. While similarities exist between the two groups, differing IT and OT perspectives also make planning and deploying IoT security solutions a challenge. IT teams generally focus on protecting intellectual property and company assets. They want to make sure that the network is always secure. On the other hand, OT teams primarily focus on keeping facilities up and running, maintaining equipment effectiveness, and ensuring ease of use. Any network downtime or safety hazard means a loss of money, time, or even lives for the OT team. Knowing all this, Cisco can help customers secure their IoT deployments by rolling out solutions that address pain points. Cisco helps customers secure their IoT deployments in 4 key ways. First, Cisco enables customers to segment their IoT network and gain visibility into network activity. Next, Cisco solutions enable comprehensive threat control. Third, customers gain the ability to provide secure remote access. And finally, leveraging Cisco solutions can help customers prevent network issues that cause downstream safety hazards. Let's talk a bit more about what it means to achieve segmentation and visibility in an IoT environment. When it comes to segmenting and monitoring the IoT network, there are a few things customers may look to Cisco to help them do. First, Cisco enables customers to put devices out of reach of attackers. Next, we allow customers to see what devices are being used to access the network. Also, Cisco solutions enforce policies everywhere in the network. We help them adapt easily to ever-changing regulatory requirements. And last but not least, Cisco supports OT and IT network separation. Controlling threats across a network also requires a few key steps. There are 4 ways that Cisco helps customers identify and remediate against threats. The first is by preventing network vulnerabilities from being exploited. Next, we help protect their networks from malware attacks. We provide real-time notifications when breaches occur. And of course, after surfacing those notifications, we help them quickly respond to those threats to avoid network downtime. With all the different IoT devices accessing the network from worldwide locations, our customers need to enable secure remote access. There are 4 ways Cisco helps customers secure remote devices. First, Cisco enables networks to support the growing number of remote devices accessing them. Next, we help customers validate the security of the connection on those remote devices. Also, our secure remote solutions are simple and efficient for our customers' employees and other users to use. Lastly, Cisco provides customers options to deploy and manage all the layers of security that exist within their networks. It's also important to consider how we help customers utilize security solutions to prevent safety risks. Customers also need to neutralize their digitally driven safety risks. They can do this by implementing Cisco products that act as safeguards to protect the network from human errors. These safeguards help not only at the time and place of human error, but also help customers prevent hazardous downstream implications. These strategies are critical for securing a customer's IoT environment and apply across industry use cases. Regardless of where it is used, IoT's benefits must be balanced against new security risks. In manufacturing, Securing IoT systems is critical to ensuring productivity and employee safety. Similarly, smart cities that rely on a network of connected things must prioritize security to avoid breaches that could put entire communities at risk. Smart grids that aren't properly secured can be compromised to cause widespread outages, while connected health systems must be kept in compliance or risk exposing patients' most sensitive data. Finally, retailers that adopt IoT must focus on security to avoid exposing the personal and financial data they collect on their customers. We will now dive deeper into two industry examples to see how applying our security strategies empowers customers to benefit from IoT while reducing its risks. IoT delivers transformative benefits to manufacturers that result in unparalleled productivity and efficiency boosts. By connecting devices to a network of data systems and analytics tools, businesses gain access to new insights that can inform smarter decision-making. In some instances, this increased access to data can unlock new revenue streams through servitization. On top of that, access to real-time data directly from devices on the floor improves remote and proactive maintenance capabilities. With direct insight into device health, manufacturers are better positioned to keep their devices running, improving uptime and efficiency across factory operations. Finally, IoT benefits employees by automating redundant processes. This reduces manufacturers' reliance on slow, manual processes and gives employees more time to focus on innovative, strategic tasks. It's easy to see why manufacturers want to implement IoT. However, for those who do so without prioritizing security, the consequences can be catastrophic. Modern infrastructures enable employees to gain access to IoT devices, wherever they may be. But without the proper safety controls in place, the risk that a hacker could improperly influence a device, or that remote users might accidentally cause damage and downtime, is real. For instance, a remote worker programming the operating speed of a robotic arm on the factory floor could mistype the speed to be wildly higher than intended. If there are no controls to automatically catch and prevent this error, the arm could break from the increased strain. Not only does this unsecured access risk machine health, it creates unsafe working environments for employees on the factory floor. If a robotic arm is programmed incorrectly, its erratic movements could put factory workers on the floor at risk. IoT security risks don't stop at accidental errors by remote workers. Malicious actors can take advantage of gaps in security to hurt a company's efficiency and productivity. Whether by bricking devices, performing a DDoS attack, or manipulating device data, these bad actors can use vulnerabilities in the network to sabotage a company's operations. Our IoT security strategies help customers take a comprehensive approach that addresses and overcomes these risks. Cisco enables businesses to take advantage of IoT's benefits while mitigating its risks. Cisco provides authentication solutions that ensure remote users have a simple and efficient method for gaining access to devices without compromising device security. On top of that, installing safeguards prevents human errors from harming the network, devices, or other workers. By segmenting the IoT network, Cisco gives customers more control and visibility to ensure only the right people are accessing the right devices. This enables them to prevent attacks and quickly respond to and contain any threats that do make it through. IoT provides customers in the manufacturing industry with significant benefits, and our security strategies ensure they can implement connected devices without risking safety or productivity. IoT is poised to play an equally important role in the retail industry. As with manufacturing, IoT unlocks previously unavailable data from devices and customer interactions that retailers can use to enhance in-store and cross-channel experiences. Monitoring why and how customers shop gives retailers new opportunities to offer tailored engagements that better engage and delight shoppers. IoT data also improves store efficiency by delivering insights into operations, supply, and demand that help avoid costly stock-out and overstock situations. This data also benefits employees, as speeding up in-store processes frees them to focus on improving customer engagements. IoT and other technologies are dramatically reshaping the retail industry. However, the threats IoT introduces require a comprehensive approach to security that many retailers currently lack. IoT has created a proliferation of customer data that can be used to improve shopping experiences. However, if retail companies don't secure that data, it exposes them and their customers to significant risks. Attackers can take advantage of gaps in security to steal sensitive customer data. While this obviously threatens customers' financial security, it can also damage companies' reputations. The retail industry, in particular, is at risk for such breaches due to the distributed nature of its devices and systems that must be used across multiple stores. Without a comprehensive security solution in place, almost any device can become an entry point for malware, worms, and other hostile entities. And as regulatory bodies catch up with this new world of data, retailers must introduce and enforce new policies to ensure their processes and devices stay in compliance. To take advantage of IoT, our customers need to protect their systems. Cisco's end-to-end security strategy helps retail companies unlock the benefits of IoT. By segmenting their network, retailers can see what devices are accessing the network and put sensitive devices and data out of reach of attackers. This helps secure customer personal information, ensuring the data is only used to augment the shopping experience. Cisco also helps customers close network vulnerabilities and help prevent gaps from being exploited. In the event of a breach, Cisco lowers the detection time from 200 days to under 24 hours, empowering customers to respond quickly to environment threats. And with more visibility into the network, retailers are better equipped to enforce policies across their data environment, giving them the agility to keep systems and devices in compliance, even as requirements change. Now that you understand the importance of secure IoT across industries, it's important for you as a seller to be able to speak to how Cisco's product portfolio works to address all of the complex needs of a secure IoT environment. Cisco's product portfolio enables customers to develop strong segmentation and visibility, threat control, secure remote access, and safety strategies, with products that add layers of protection around their assets, no matter where they are in the IoT environment. Let's start with Cisco's Next Generation Firewall, or NGFW, which protects environments in a variety of ways. First, it prevents breaches automatically. NGFW uses data from other sources, like Talos, which we will discuss more later, to prevent breaches. It allows visibility to detect and stop threats by enabling built-in network and security features like advanced malware protection. NGFW also automates operations to save time and reduce complexity with policy application and enforcement by working with the rest of Cisco's integrated security tools. Lastly, it ensures secure remote access NGFW works with TrustSec, another Cisco solution, to understand the types of network activity that are threats or attacks on these remote devices. The benefit of Cisco's NGFW is that it is extended to remote devices, rather than just to devices directly connected to the network. Next, let's talk about Cisco Industrial Network Director, or IND. IND is a network monitoring solution for OT environments and allows for implementing security policies based on signaled intent from devices. Intent signaling is simply information about how a device is operating on a network, what it is trying to access, when and where. This helps OT teams gain full visibility into automated networks, which improves system availability and increases overall equipment effectiveness. IND also provides dynamic topology of automation and network assets, which helps customers discover the devices on the network and visualizes between automation and network assets on a topology map. It also enables network troubleshooting with automation context, which is all about pinpointing issues and recovering quickly from unplanned downtime. Network lifecycle management is also a feature of IND, which allows for switch monitoring. IND integrates with Cisco Identity Services Engine, or ISE, and StealthWatch so that IT teams can define security policies based on identity and location of industrial assets. Finally, IND employs rich APIs for rapid integration with industrial applications to help integrate network information into industrial asset management systems. Let's move on to TrustSec. TrustSec provides micro-segmentation, which means the different environments that you see on the screen are each separated and protected. To do this, it utilizes tagging to share information with Cisco's ISE. Tagging informs ISE of policies that need to act on the devices. Software-defined segmentation dynamically organizes endpoints into logical groups, called security groups, which makes network management more simple. Another outcome of tagging is BYOD enablement, as device tagging indicates specific policies that need to be enforced for each device. Tagging also simplifies handling compliance requirements, as customers can immediately roll out new or adjusted requirements to the tagged devices. TrustSec plays key roles in both segmentation and visibility and threat control, and works to isolate attacks. It also restricts threats from moving laterally, which is extremely important for when a threat does reach the network or one of the endpoints. TrustSec is once again able to tag devices, including the ones that are accessing a network remotely, making it an important aspect of our secure remote access conversation. Now that we discussed TrustSec and how it plays a key role, let's take a bit of a deep dive into ISE. ISE acts as controller for software-defined segmentation groups and policies. It provides a layer of policy abstraction and centralized administration, which allows segmentation to be applied to networks of any size. An important feature of ISE you should be aware of is PX Grid, which allows for the integration of OT and IT networks by connecting IND and ISE. PX Grid works to share data between security products and provides simple integration, instant visibility, and rapid threat containment. While ISE is a key part of segmentation and visibility, it also plays an important role in threat control. ISE helps determine what is a threat by communicating with other solutions,